Outrage as convicted sex offender wins custody of young daughter. A heroin-addicted sex offender has won custody of his young daughter because the girl's mother is considered an even more unsuitable parent. Child protection campaigners yesterday lashed the federal magistrate's court decision to leave the girl in such condition as outrageous and defying logic. Granting custody of the girl, aged about 5, to the father, the court branded the mother dishonest and criticized her continuing drug use. The court heard the mother, who has shoplifting and prostitution related conviction and a history of drug use, left the labor ward to buy heroin soon after giving birth. The father, who also has a string of convictions, was put on the sex offenders list after being convicted of willful and obscene exposure. The girl, who has behavioral problems and speech impediments, has suffered serious injuries. Her plight was reported on Department of Human Services last year after she was treated for a serious burn to her buttocks. Each parent blamed the other for it. The girl also had injuries from the dog bite and once suffered an injury from being hit with a shoe. The couple separated soon after the birth, and the father is reported to have been violent to the mother. But despite concern, he had taken drugs as recently as last December and kept a knife and swords collection. The court last month ruled the girl should live with him. The father provides calmer parenting with more clearly set boundaries than the mother does, the magistrate said. A history of inadequate supervision combined with heroin and marijuana use create a serious concern that the girl may be neglected by her mother. The girl will spend two out of 3 weeks and the girl will spend 2 out of 3 weekends with her mother. The court gave the father custody because the mother continued to use drugs and had been dishonest with the court. Her drug screening tests repeatedly indicated the presence of benzodiazepines and opiates. She was even suspected of once taking drugs while in the court precinct arguing for custody. Her home was once described as filthy and strewed with vomit and facial material, though the court accepted its cleanness was usually probably in acceptable range. The father is on a disability pension and hasn't worked in almost 10 years because of depression. There was no evidence he is making any notable contribution to society, the court said. It said he was using drugs or doing something else he did not want to admit as recently as last September and had lied about his whereabouts when mean to caring for his daughter. But he was making progress with his addictions. In order him to dispose of his weapons, the Australian Childhood Foundation's Joe Tucci said the decision defies logic. Children shouldn't ever be placed in a situation where the rights of the parents override the rights to protect, he said. The decision should be about whether the child is safe or not which parent is better to look after them. The community expects children to be looked after by their parents, and if the parents fail this, then the court need to look after them. Child protection campaigner Hattie Johnston said, the ruling was outrageously dangerous. There is no way staying with either parents should even been an option. This isn't the best interest of the child, she said. A Department of Human Services spokesman said it was no longer involved in the case.